Welcome back, YouTube fam. I am Danielle, and this is another episode of Vital Wellness. So today on Vital Wellness with me, I am going to be talking about the correlation between our diet, what we eat, and our mental and emotional well-being. So let's get started. So I think a lot of people only tend to correlate your diet with weight loss, but it's so much more than that. The food that you nourish your body with, ultimately it controls everything. It has to do with everything in here, especially your mental health. Like, every organ in our body needs certain vitamins, needs certain nutrients to thrive and to properly function. So if you are not feeding your body with vegetables, if you're not feeding it with fruits and protein and healthy carbs and healthy fats, it's not going to be functioning properly. So there's going to be parts of your body that are not working like they should be. So a lot of people eat lots of processed foods. So what are processed foods? Processed foods are going to be cereals, Pop-Tarts, donuts, snack cakes, chips, frozen meals, frozen dinners, like the frozen chicken tenders, the frozen pastas, pre-made stuff that you can get, stuff that you can pop in the microwave, soft drinks, ramen noodles, SpaghettiOs, stuff like that. So, and I'm not one to I'm not going to label bad foods good foods, because when you do that, you shame yourself for eating those foods. So the way I like to label it is like the processed foods are the less nutritious foods for your body, because they are filled with lots of chemicals and additives, added sugar that just helps it, number one, maybe be more appealing color wise, texture wise, taste wise, and help it preserve its shelf life so it can last longer in your refrigerator or on your shelf. So that's what those are ultimately added for. Also, they're added for the taste. So if you like the way these foods taste, you're gonna continue to keep buying them. And the added sugars that they put into these foods, they trigger your dopamine, and it's like it triggers the pleasure center in your brain. So obviously you are naturally going to want to crave these foods and continue to eat them over and over and over and over again. That way you keep buying their product. But ultimately, that is not what is helping nourish your body. These foods that help your pleasure center, it's only a temporary pleasure. It's not long term. So also think about how these foods are made. Majority of these foods are going to be made by a machine. They're not going to be made by people. They're not going to be grown on a farm. They're not going to be nourished with love and with the sun and all that. And I'm not saying that part of these foods did not come from that, but so much has been added into these foods that they're barely even the chicken anymore. They're barely even the vegetable anymore. Anything that was that came from the earth and came into this food, it's barely that anymore. There's just so much added to it to make it what it is. So when you think about all that goes into it, how do you think your body's going to feel? Just think about it. If you compare that to foods that were fresh from a garden, or a gardener or a farmer who really put their time and effort into taking care of this food, making sure it was just healthily nourished and taken care of so it will grow like a healthy plant or like a healthy fruit. You know what I mean? So all these foods that come from the earth, if you think about when you eat that, how do you think you're going to feel? You're probably going to feel fresh and vibrant and energetic and just ready to tackle the rest of your day. So that's a little comparison that you can give yourself. Like I was saying before, your body and all of its organs needs certain things to thrive and be healthy and work properly. So your gut is connected to your brain by your vagus nerve. So if you are not nourishing your gut with the foods that it needs to digest and absorb nutrients properly, then that is connected to this up here. And if this down here is not well, this up here is not going to be well. So not giving yourself the fruits and the vegetables that you need, or giving yourself the healthy fats that you need, you're not going to be thinking clearly. You are going to probably deal with anxiety or depression, or you might have trouble remembering things. You will have, I'm not going to say you will have, but you could have poor cognitive function. You might not be able to solve problems easily. You might not be able to have a good attention span. Your ability to learn things is not going to come as natural and quickly as if, you were nourishing this right. So that's why it is not only important to feed your gut the foods that it needs to digest food right and for this to be healthy. Those foods ultimately help this up here. And also, your brain is made up of majority fat. So start feeding your body with healthy fats so this up here can be healthy. If you're not feeding your body healthy fats, then it's just like, what is this made of up here? It's not going to be functioning properly like it should be. I don't know if what I'm saying to you guys is making sense, but it makes sense to me, so hopefully it makes sense to you. So you have to feed your body with what it needs. So healthy fats are going to be things like avocados, nuts, walnuts, peanuts, almonds, sunflowers, pumpkin seeds, coconuts, coconut oil, coconut milk, coconuts, what else? They have coconut yogurt, almond milk, almond yogurt, what else? Oils. So I would stay away from your conventional oils, like I don't know how you pronounce it, canola oil? Crisco. Stay away from that crap. Feed yourself with oils that really just come from the earth and that are just healthy fats. So that's going to be your avocado oil, your olive oil, your peanut oil, and did I say coconut oil already? I don't know. But anyways, those are the ones that you need to lean more towards. Also, feed your body with lots of omegas. Omegas are really great for your brain health. So fish have a lot of omegas in them, specifically salmon. Salmon is fantastic for your brain. So if you are nourishing your brain with the nutrients and the vitamins that it needs to function properly, you are going to be thinking more clearly. You're going to feel less depressed. You're going to feel less anxious. And if this can work properly, then the rest of your body can work more properly. So, like I said in my video before, it's the root of all disease, except for a few, is inflammation in the body. Processed foods cause inflammation in the body. If they're not causing it in your gut, they're causing it in your brain somewhere. And if there's inflammation in that part of your body, then something else isn't going to be working properly. So if there's inflammation in your gut, this ain't going to be working properly. If there's inflammation up here, then you're not going to be thinking clearly. You're not going to be feeling good mentally, physically, emotionally. You're not going to have control over your emotions. This ain't working right. This is the control center to everything else. So if this is inflamed, how do you think everything else in your body is going to be functioning? Not well. So that's why other problems in your body occur, other health problems, other diseases. So another culprit, I think, that affects your mental health a lot is caffeine. Now, caffeine does have its perks, but are you using caffeine responsibly? Probably not. You are probably over consuming it, because caffeine It naturally gives you energy. It makes you more alert. Like, it increases your cortisol, which increases your alertness and your energy levels. But when you overconsume, that means you're getting excess amounts of cortisol in your body, which in return overworks your adrenal glands, which in return makes you feel tired and fatigued, and just like, well, that's why if you are drinking so much caffeine and you're drinking it every day and you don't even feel like alert and energized anymore, that's why, because you have overworked your body with it. Now, how this goes into mental health. So caffeine also alerts your fight or flight response. For anyone who doesn't know what that is the mechanism in your body that was naturally built into you to be able to fight off lions, tigers, bears, oh my. But like, really, we were built to like live in a forest and, you know, live around stuff like that. So like, ultimately our body needed that, but we don't live in that day and age now where we have to worry about whether we got to fight off a lion or anything like that. So like, caffeine, it triggers that response in you. Now, if you have anxiety, your fight or flight response is already alerted. It's already alerted probably multiple times throughout the day if you deal with anxiety. So if you deal with anxiety, I highly advise you start reducing your caffeine consumption, like 1000%. And I feel like a lot of us, we overexert ourselves and do too much and fill our days with too much, and that's why we depend on caffeine so much. Is like, I gotta get all this done. How about let's just start prioritizing our lives a little bit better, and prioritizing your sleep a little bit better. Now, I know when we have children, that is hard, especially when you have newborns like I'm about to have. They'll be waking up through the night, and I get that. But like, whenever you come to a point in life where your kids are sleeping on their own and you're not having to wake up multiple times throughout the night, start prioritizing your sleep and theirs. Start prioritizing how much you put into your day. Stop overexerting yourself and stop filling yourself with so much into your day, and that way you will have more energy, you know? So for any of you who deal with anxiety, who deal with depression, even the people like if poor mental health in general, I want to encourage you to start taking note of what are you feeding your body with, like what is in your diet, and start looking at that. And I want to encourage you and inspire you to start slowly, like pulling out the processed foods. You don't have to go ham all at once, because when you do that, you literally shock the out of your body, and your body starts like freaking out, like what is going on. And like, it's literally going to be the same thing as withdrawing from a drug. Like, when I decided to cut out caffeine, like I'm telling you, like I was drinking caffeine daily, and like a lot of it. And when I started realizing, like, I don't like the way this is making me feel, like I feel anxious all the time. My head, like I was just having these weird, like, I don't even want to call them headaches, but they were very nauseating headaches. When I started realizing every time I had caffeine and I was feeling that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this out. And when I did, I had headaches for 2 weeks straight. So like, the same thing with your food. You don't want to overwhelm your body with so much new food at once, because it's not going to be able to handle it. And that goes for anything in life. So slowly start taking out the processed food and slowly start adding in more vegetables, more fruits, more whole and nutritious foods, and start taking note of what your body feels like. Are you thinking better? Are you thinking more clearly? Are you able to retain more information? Are you able to remember more? Is your attention span better? Just taking note of like how, like, are you feeling more happy? Are you feeling more vibrant? And once you start seeing that come to life, it's just like, dang, like I should have been taking care of this body like this the whole time. So obviously, since I am on my God journey, I have mentioned this before in one of my videos. I can't remember which one it was, but I was talking about how like all this stuff that like scientists, psychologists, the health industry tells you to do to help your mental health, your physical health, like with affirmations, therapy, gratitude, all that's like kind of already in the Bible. So this is in the Bible as well. And currently right now I am doing it was supposed to be a 21-day fast is what I was going to do, but then I realized my baby shower was coming up, so it would make it a little bit hard. So right now it's a 12-day fast. And I have completely cut out all fast food, donuts, chocolate, anything processed, because like I don't have much processed food in my home. Like literally the only processed food I think I have in my house is oatmeal bars and what else? And I had some like sugar-free syrup, but right now all that's being cut out. So like I'm only having fresh non-processed foods because like I know pregnancy, like you can't really control your mood swings. You don't really have a lot of control of your body in general when you're pregnant. But I do know for a fact when I eat more sugary foods or more processed foods or fast food in general, like I was allowing myself this just a habit. Like I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. Like I'm just allowing myself to have the stuff and feed my feelings sometimes. But I noticed like my mood swings were occurring a lot more often, and I was feeling a little sad more often. So I'm just like, okay, we're gonna start cutting some of this stuff out. And fasting is not only just for like stuff like that, it's also for like spiritual purposes. Like I'm doing, like whenever you do a fast, get clear on what you want to gain out of this fast. So like in the book of Daniel in the Bible, it talks about how Daniel and a couple other of his people were going to serve for this king, and the king wanted them to eat what he ate. It didn't specify on what the diet was, but it was whatever his diet was plus wine. And Daniel was like, can we try doing just vegetables and water? And they gave them a 10-day trial, and if they felt better, looked healthier, all that, if it, if it benefited them, then they were going to continue to let them do that. So what they did was they only ate vegetables and water, and Daniel and his group of people and like his group of servants versus all the others looked healthier. They were more wise, they had better discernment, more clarity, more knowledge, and they were just all around better. So that's why I say I gave y'all the logical part, the scientific stuff that some people need, and then I'm also giving you like some Bible context. Is like you can gain more wisdom and think more clearly and be more knowledgeable and educated and be able to make better decisions when you are nourishing your body with the right foods that your body needs. So yeah, that is it for today on Vital Wellness. I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope it encouraged you to start taking a look at your diet, because it very much plays a big role in our mental health. And if you want to feel better, and I know all of us do, seriously, start taking note in your diet. Like my goal here is to help all of you be your healthiest, best, happiest self. So please take this bit of information and apply it into your life some way. And if you do, let me know how it goes, and let me know if you're struggling with anything, and I will do my best to try to help you with that. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love y'all. Thank you always for showing up, and just please keep showing up, and please like, subscribe, help your girl out, share it, because somebody else might need this bit of information and not know about it, So yes, you guys, I love y'all. Have a good day.